There are about 5 reasons I am still dressed like this. One of them has to do with the 5th month of the year. The 5th month. May. As in May Day. As in flowers after the rain of April. Where I live, we had a snowstorm 2 days ago. And there are tiny bits of flakes of snow coming down right now on the 4th of May before all the Cinco de Mayo partiers would really like that to not be the case tomorrow so they can beach bum on porches and drink and celebrate on a Sunday. For whatever reason, the Mexican Independence Day. Just one of the many dumb American traditions. If only people had an education. If only people had a real education instead of this mind-blowing brainwashing, fully automatic, fully charged mess, which is the collective intelligence of the United States. Ironically, in my opinion, the most informed people are the people that never went to school. Never forget admiring the guys that, when they turned 16, they totally bailed out of high school. And with the knowledge that their father gave them about cars and some tinkering on their own, got jobs as mechanics assistants, and in really no time at all before they were 20 years old, were making 50 grand a year. Anyhow, this film I'm doing today is another one about Alex Jones. I want to title it The Thing About Alex Jones. And I've been purposely leaving only a little bit of time at the end of my camera so I don't go over time. I recognize people, their time is valuable, and even the people that really like me, I can't expect them to just, put up with my my thing for more than 10 minutes. So I'm going to try to do these. I'm going to try to make all my vids under 10 minutes. Unless it's something really hardcore with visuals and stuff. I got to get in the habit of that. I mean, I can take a subject and cut it in half. I mean, it's no problem. I'm even thinking about scripting some of my stuff now. Because I got a lot I want to say. I know a lot. And I really have only put out 20% of what I know about different things. I haven't even told you even the tip of the iceberg of some of the really weird things that I know from personal experience. There's no other word to describe it. Psychic phenomenon. Sorry. I'm not nuts. I've experienced it. I've predicted the future. I have seen things, and I have been told things by beings that I do not know the name of their species. I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're good or bad. I don't. They're just there. Okay, Alex Jones. The thing about Alex Jones, I go on and on about Alex Jones because I think it's important. He is the most followed of the alternative media pundit hosts. Railing about the government, railing about all the stuff, FEMA camps, eugenics, Barack Obama, goes on and on and on, and on and on, fluoride, you name it, New World Order. But anyone with real sense, and that's not to say that people that don't know don't have sense. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, and that's what really sucks about it. It does take time. Because as buffoonery as he comes across, he's pretty good at what he does. And that's why they picked him to be their guy, to mess with all of us that have super quasar, proportioned doubts about the government and the world. It's what he doesn't say. It's what he doesn't say. Period. It's what he doesn't do. Okay? Now, he's got the power. Really. He has got the power. Like I've always just complained about even people like Bob Dylan or Paul McCartney. I mean, that's a singular kind of power. There are people that worship those people, and they're to the tune of millions. If these really, really, really worship people just took 5 minutes and said, you know what, this is really important to me, this is what I want you to do, and I want you to do it on this date, on this plot of ground, and I want you to do it in a big way, all of you. Collectively descend upon this plot of ground and demand justice. None of them have ever done it. None of them. You know, the closest we get is dipshit moments like Charlie Sheen going, 9/11, there's a lot of questions. No shit. Alex Jones is singularly poised on this New World Order agenda. There is no way somebody can do that. No way. Without being shut down. If he was really, really against them, if he wasn't with them, like paid by them, they wouldn't let it happen. They wouldn't let him have his little empire. Do you understand that basic reality? Okay? I mean, they can kill you without a gun. They can shut your heart down with a little laser. They read the frequency of your heartbeat, and they can get electronic signal and they blast it back in a loop and blow your heart out. That's how they have killed so many people. I mean, there have been all kinds of murders that have happened because of the heart attack gun. Anyway, he's with them. I make jokes and stuff about, maybe he's Bill Hicks, whatever. I don't care about that. It's what he doesn't say. A person could admire him about his neutrality about racism. But what we're dealing with is a racist reality and a policy that's instituted in the form of very, very hidden communism thought up by the Jewish minority. Everyone that runs the Federal Reserve is Jewish. Everyone that runs the IRS is Jewish. Everyone that runs everything about the mass media, publishing, newspapers, Jewish. That's not a coincidence. It's a racist reality. And unfortunately, the biggest victims are Jewish people. He doesn't address that. In fact, he deflects it at any cost, and he'll throw out little moments of very, very strategically decided upon moments of talking about Israel, or, he'll just to say, oh, well, yeah, I blasted Israel last week. No, he doesn't go there. He doesn't talk about Operation Cast Lead. He doesn't talk about the genocide. This is like the most blatant moment of genocide in the last 100 years. It's worse than Hitler. What goes on in Israel is worse than Hitler. The Gaza Strip is a concentration camp that is blasted and destroyed, and they do these atrocities, and they actually have the gall to blame Hamas. They're like, oh, well, if Hamas wasn't, in charge, then we wouldn't have done it. As if that could ever make any sense. Nobody obeys the UN resolution. The United Nations is a joke. Alex Jones just goes on and on about these terms like eugenics and globalists and the Bilderbergs, things that people don't have any sense about. because they're not realities. They're not. Those are distractions. It's like a detour by a cop saying, okay, drive off into the grass. Drive off into the cornfield. And then we'll let you know what to do from there. Maybe. That's Alex Jones. He wants your money. He could get, if he was really serious about making a change, he would say, okay, we're setting up this rally. Okay, we're setting up this lawsuit. We're setting up this grassroots movement to make a serious stand down of the American public against the abuse of the American government, which is not a government. It is not treason to hate these people. These people are the treason. They are the treason. And we could get rid of them. With his help, with the help of the celebrities, if they all pulled together and said, this is what we need to do, they would convince the army and the police to betray these idiots. We could convince them very easily that we'd have a central bank in the United States Treasury instead of the Federal Reserve. There's no... Operate the exact same way, but have no lending to the government because it's the government's money. And so what if there's no more gold in Fort Knox? So what? We got the guns. The guns are the gold. Okay? The people are the gold. The people of the United States are the gold in Fort Knox. If they would glitter and gleam like they could, 300 million people against 300 at the max individuals, 100 individuals, maybe less than that. George Soros, are you kidding? How much more obvious do you need? That guy just smiles. He smiles at the stupidest things. When someone brings up how he helped the Nazis hurt the Jews in the 40s, he laughs. That's what we're up against. That's nothing. That's cupcake. Alex Jones's cupcake. Corbett's cupcake. Glenn Beck's cupcake. Syrian Girl, she's never made a video talking in her